Okay, I would like to get this out of the way. What happened with the Sinestro? Because it was supposed to be.
You know, I think that was just always a rumor.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't think that never. That was just a rumor. I never, talked to anybody really about that. Never auditioned for it.
There was a
Let's see. I kind of feel like I'm doing Lon Chaney's career, so I've got 998 characters to go.
Welcome back for the second season.
Well, thanks. We're pretty excited about it. It's really cool to get that call.
Yeah.
We didn't want to leave Winston hanging.
Yeah, I was thinking that. There was some uncertainty about getting the second season. Ending with a cliffhanger was cruel.
Yeah, right? Poor guy. Winston's just out there forever.
Are you looking forward to the revamp? Are you looking forward to the new setup?
Yeah, it's kind of cool. We've got a couple new characters, and I think that's, the dynamic was awesome prior, but I think this is going to make the dynamic even cooler. I think these girls will, especially the Ames character, will kind of help to define our three characters more as well as hers. I always kind of felt Guerrero was that. In the first season, he was a good character to kind of help define Chance and Winston, as well as himself, just because of the way they interact with him. And I think so now the three of us will have a similar kind of thing with these other characters, the way we kind of see them differently, and that kind of stuff.
It was a great role because you managed to sort of act as a catalyst for conflict within the core group, as well as doing things within the larger plot of the week.
Yeah. Guerrero's kind of a cool character that way. He is divisive, because his morality is kind of a question. His ethics and his conduct, and I think a lot of people think may kind of think a certain way about him, but I think that the more we get to know him, we realize it isn't a lack of morality. Perhaps it's more of a philosophy. It's a tough world that this guy kind of operates in, and he operates a certain way, I think, to kind of minimize risk.
Does that appeal to you, playing someone who, not that they're necessarily morally basic, but you don't necessarily know how to interact in any particular situation? You bring a particular thing to a scene where there's an uncertainty as to where it's going to go.
It's a real fun character to play. There's something kind of cool about a mysterious guy that kind of functions and operates a little bit differently than what we're all kind of used to, And so I think it's kind of neat trying to get at the why of that, So I'm kind of with you. I'm still trying to search out the why, I think we've been getting after it, but it's still kind of like, it's a neat process of development.
Do you think you're going to dig in more into that in the new season with new characters? Do you think it's just going to be button push that will...
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
Do you know?
Cliffhanger.
Do you know anything about his background, or do you just dream about? I don't know.
I think I know some of his background, but I think TV is kind of the thing where you can kind of be working on something for a while and discover, it's something else, but it still kind of works. But I have a pretty good sense of where this guy comes from and what his relationship to these characters are. And some of that was starting to bear out at the end of the last season when I started to realize, wow, this guy really has known Chance for a long time. But I love the way the writers handled that, because they gave you that answer. They gave you some tidbits, but it came with more questions. And I like that. I call that the Lost theory of teleplay writing. Watching Lost was awesome, because every time those guys gave you an answer, it was so good to get that answer, but it came with 5 more questions. I love that.
Now, how do you find working in episodic television? Your background is largely movies, and so how do you, the weekly schedule, is that
it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool in the sense that, when I first started this, what kind of drew me to it was just a really cool pilot and interesting character. But what I'm used to is, you get that one screenplay, and you really kind of develop this character's backstory, and you're working on it. Everybody goes together and you make this one film, and you move on. So this is, you've got a new screenplay every 10 days. So you're continually talking with the writers, exploring, examining, and it's kind of neat. Every 10 days you're making like a new one. My biggest concern, when we did it It's like, how's it going to look when you try to do this in 10 days? It's like, when I was a kid, TV was in that 4x3 format, and it really, you had the big screen and the little screen. Now you got the big screen and the big screen at home, and it's like, it's different worlds. And it's not just that, it's the talent of the crews and the directors. So when I started seeing these shows, man, I was like floored. I mean, it's kind of like the mini movie of the week, And it's not like a $100 million movie, but these guys really get after a really slick, bit of popcorn fun. I just think they've done an incredible job. So it's been really pleasing to get to work on such a quality, show that you get to do one every 10 days. It's kind of cool.
Now, Matthew had said that there's going to be a focus on A story being like the paper and B story on the character. Have you seen anything about a script that follows the Guerrero story or the B story?
I've only seen the first script and talked a lot about the ones that are going to follow. But yeah, I think Matt's is focusing on getting a little bit more into the characters and stuff, which is cool. I think we were doing pretty good with that last year as well, and so I think he's kind of expounding upon the foundation that's been laid, and I like what I'm reading. I like these new characters too. I think that it's cool. I really think it's going to look good.
Did you get any input into the development of the characters? Talking to the writers?
Oh sure, yeah. I mean, they're the guys. They're gonna, they're the ones making.
One more question, guys. Sorry.
They're they're the ones making the decisions and all that. But sure, they definitely, we have long conversations about, who we feel these characters are, what they do, and, now, Matt was very specific, especially coming in, now it's like, you guys have been working on this for a while. Make sure we're, helping make sure we know who, because we've been there for a while, so we know how these guys kind of think and work and stuff. So yeah, it's a very hand-in-hand process, but make no mistake, those guys are talented. You know what I mean? They really do a good job of writing and stuff, and that's something I've really kind of have learned to trust as well. To want to be part of the process, to affect the process. But to also, trust in what these guys are doing. Because, at the end of the day, like I said, I really thought they were really getting after some cool stuff last season.
Do you know anything about Nightmare on Elm Street 2?
No, I don't.
No?
I keep hearing rumors and stuff. I know it did good, and that they, we'll see what happens. But nobody's called and said, hey, let's do it. So
okay.
We'll see what happens. Thanks, you guys.